You remind me a little bit of Robert Oppenheimer. He is the scientist who helped create the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and spent the rest of his life telling people about the evil of the atomic bomb and trying to thwart it. Is that a fair comparison?
Well, I wouldn't take full credit for developing what we have now, but I do think that it's a scientist's moral responsibility to look at the future and look at what we might be doing and whether it makes sense. So, I mean, I think, Oppenheimer was right to warn, and I'm certainly trying to warn people about some risks that I see.
When you look at the media, especially, cable, it is so tribal right now that if you watch just one, you're just not getting a real view of this world, and things are ignored, things are spun everywhere. And, AI to me is an extension of that, and it almost feels to me like the genie is out of the bottle.
I mean, there are some genies that already are out of the bottle, so large language models are here to stay. There may be new technologies. We might want to be a little bit more prescient about how we use those future technologies. I think that there are other risks here too. For example, these chatbots, which we haven't had at large scale before, can actually influence people's thinking. There was an article about this in the Wall Street Journal the other day, and some new research done by people at Cornell Tech and elsewhere, showing that the political biases, so to speak, of the machines can influence their users. And so not only do we have what we had before, which is often fairly overt with social media and with cable news and so forth, but we now have a new channel by which people's beliefs might be manipulated. And we have to think, like, do we want companies to have that much power to be able to do this? What do we want to do about that?
Even if we can somehow put guardrails on this, if we can, even if we could, you have the rest of the world that may not be like thinking. And if everybody else is
they
doing
want to influence our
that's right.
elections.
Does it not become kind of a tidal wave that washes over the United States?
I mean, that's what I've been warning people about for the last year. I've written a lot of articles in Atlantic and Scientific American and elsewhere, and then yesterday in the U.S. Senate saying, look, this is a serious problem. It does potentially threaten democracy. We have to wake up. We have to take action. I pushed very hard yesterday to have some new regulatory body that has some authority here, that can license these things, that can enforce certain rules and so forth. I think we must do that now.